Yeah, Dan Carey, we're on Legacy Parkway right now. I'm holding onto the railing because I'm not gonna lie, it is miserable out here. My lips are dry, we got dirt blowing into our mouths, we got the semi-truck on its side right over there. You can tell cars finally allowed through here on Legacy Parkway for the first time in a little while. It was taking me about half an hour just to go about 0.1, 0.2 miles. I guess I could have walked a little faster, but if I was walking, I would have gotten blown away, honestly. If I was not holding on to this railing right now, I would be getting blown away. I don't even know if my photographer, who's standing 6 feet away from me, can even hear me right now. But if we could point to some of the traffic going down this way, that's what makes me nervous. Not so much the wind, but as these big rigs are driving past us, that is what makes me nervous. The biggest advice I would give if you're standing next to or driving next to some of these brave big rig drivers, don't do it. Just keep a safe distance. There is traffic everywhere right now. There is no point in getting wherever you're trying to go a little bit faster by driving into the lane of traffic next to one of these brave big rig drivers. You can see, Doug, I don't know if you can hear him. If you could point to some of these big rigs down over here, these are the guys who are doing the right way. They should be pulling over, and honestly, a lot of cars doing the same thing because it is very dangerous out here to be driving these high-profile vehicles. Again, we are on Legacy Parkway right now near Centerville. It is an obstacle course just to even drive up here in the wind. You can see I'm still getting toppled over a little bit, but it is an obstacle course just to drive a normal car with all the fallen street signs, all the fallen debris. If I'm short of breath, it's really just because of the wind drawing out our mouths, drawing out our noses, and all this dirt flying around as well. It is not fun to be out here driving, walking, standing, reporting. The best thing to do, we've been preaching it all day, stay home if you absolutely can. It's going to be a busy day for tow truck drivers. Obviously, a lot of these big rig drivers, they have experience driving in bad weather conditions, things like snow, things like sleet, but high wind like this is so much more of a rare occurrence. They are not used to driving in wind like this on a regular basis. I'm not sure if you can tell right now, it has calmed down for just a brief second, but it is so touch and go all the way up and down Legacy Parkway, all the way up and down I-15. I-15 a little bit worse, but again, every little stretch of freeway is a little bit different. So my experience getting up here could be a little bit different. Again, the advice, stay home, avoid situations like this. And
hey, Adam,
we're going to keep an eye out on the traffic conditions and everything else. Yeah, Dan?
Yeah, I'm surprised there's so many semis out there still, even after UHP and UDOT has asked everybody to stay off the roads. All these semis driving past with these overturned semis, it's got to be for a semi driver kind of like walking past the gallows or something like that, seeing others that have already gone down and wondering when you're next. So have you seen just consistently semi-trucks driving up and down this area where they're supposed to be off the roads?
Well, remember, earlier this year, late last year, semi-trucks weren't even allowed on Legacy Parkway. That changed because of the expiration with the way that the laws were written back in December or January of this year. But yeah, I mean, these guys have deadlines to meet. I don't know what's going through their mind. Hopefully they have an understanding boss who knows that maybe the safest thing to do right now for their employees is to pull over and not be driving like some of these guys are. I cannot even imagine what is going through the minds of some of these people. It is spooky standing out here. Yeah, I mean, this is a small one. I'm lucky right now. I'm standing on the right side of the road and the wind is blowing to my left. So if one of them does topple as we are standing right here, it's gonna topple that way, not this way onto us. But there's a whole lane of traffic to the left of these vehicles. They're driving on the right side of the road, slower traffic. If one of them topples over, they're gonna topple over to the left, possibly on another car. So that is not what we are looking forward to. We hope that doesn't happen, and we hope that these big rig drivers understand the capabilities of the vehicle they're driving, and if they're not able to do it, they need to pull over.
Adam, hopefully you can still hear me. I know it's really windy, but it does look like maybe the drivers that are going through here are traveling at a reduced speed, which I guess is a positive. But is that what you're noticing there as these drivers continue to come through? Not just trucks, but all drivers?
Well, I mean, this car driving right now, this car's going pretty fast. I mean, This road was closed for a while. It was just opened back up as I was trying to get through. So, I mean, some of the, like this car right here, I mean, it's the only one on the road. There's no big rig next to it. It's going at a pretty decent speed. It's just hard to tell. If we flip around 180 degrees, Doug, if we look at, you know, here's some more big rigs on the road right here. This is the on-ramp at Ferris Lane here in Centerville. These are the ones who are pulling over. There's about, what, 6, 7 big rigs pulled over there. When I was on I-15 on my way up here, I saw at least 20, 30, 40 big rigs pulled over up there. It could be a little bit worse on I-15, but it's a little bit difficult to tell. But yeah, some cars still going their merry way. They have somewhere to be, and they're not letting the wind stop them.